This is Nightline. Tonight, Find My Wife. The husband of the mom who went missing in the Bahamas speaks out for the first time.
My one job was to look out for her, and that has not happened.
He was held and released by police after she allegedly fell overboard.
Any message to those who doubt your account of the story?
Plus, mysterious death. An American influencer dying on a vacation with her fiancé in Tanzania. Her parents searching for answers.
We just want the truth. We just want to know what happened.
And money shots.
This is the world that my baby deserves. The one I won't come close to being able to afford.
Michelle Pfeiffer and Elle Fanning, one-time Maleficent co-stars,
Such a beautiful girl.
teaming up again in Margot's Got Money Troubles, a comedy about a single mom
Tell me what's me.
who goes on OnlyFans to make ends meet.
It's messy, it's complicated, it feels like real mother and daughter.
How the Oscar-nominated actresses say this project changed their views on selling sexuality. Plus, how the red-hot Nader sisters are chilling for science.
Hi, Nightline. It's Brooks, Nader, and the Nader sisters, and we are off to the Arctic Circle.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, with his voice choked with emotion, Brian Hooker, the man whose wife disappeared after falling off their dinghy in the Bahamas, describes the desperate search for Lynette. He was released by police after being held for questioning and spoke to ABC's Victor Oquendo about what he plans to do next.
I will always think there was something I could have done differently. My one job was to look out for her, and that has not happened. And I'm going to keep looking out for her now as best I can.
The husband of missing American woman Lynette Hooker speaking out after he was detained in the Bahamas for 5 days in connection with her disappearance.
What was it like being in police custody, knowing that the search was still ongoing for your wife?
It was hell. It was a different chapter of hell and a giant hell that I'm in.
You're still in it?
Yes. I don't have a wife. She belongs with me.
Brian Hooker was released without charges Monday.
Brian, anything to say?
Today, Brian's lawyer saying he's now left the Bahamas, reportedly because his mother is very ill. I spoke with Brian the day before he left the country.
Family and friends have spoken about your relationship with Lynette. We've seen a police report of a domestic incident that left you with a bloody nose and her in handcuffs. Is there anything that you want us to know about your relationship with Lynette?
I want you to know that Lynette and I loved each other the most. We've been together almost half our lives. My sole focus is finding Lynette.
Brian says on April 4th, he and his wife had drinks at this inn, later departing from this dock. Brian, in his own words, describing the moment he says she fell from a boat due to bad weather in the Bahamas and was swept away.
The wind blew us apart so fast that I think she tried to swim back to the sailboat, back to our sailboat, which was probably, I don't know, 1,000 yards or something. But the waves were 3 foot.
In a phone call to a friend made the day before he was arrested, Brian Hooker saying he tried to rescue her.
I threw her a flotation cushion that we used to sit on the dinghy, right after she went in. But I couldn't tell if she got it or not. I'm never going to forgive myself.
Brian Hooker says that he went from Elbow Keys to Marsh Harbor. Now, law enforcement says that it should have taken him about 20 minutes considering the distance and the weather at the time, but it took him 8 hours, which raises the question, what happened in all that time?
Brian says that he had no key to the boat because it had fallen into the water along with his wife. But police taking Brian into custody 4 days later and questioning him about the night of Lynette's disappearance. The 59-year-old maintaining his innocence. He says before losing sight of his wife, he threw a life preserver to her, but that she was swept away by the strong current.
There is no evidence that she is dead. Their main focus seemed to be looking at him as a suspect. And he feels that they should be out there looking, trying to find his wife.
Lynette's daughter, Carly, previously telling ABC News she had doubts about Brian's account.
She's a good swimmer, she's pretty fit, and I don't feel like she would just fall off a boat.
Also saying there was turmoil in the relationship.
They were in like the healthiest relationship at the end.
Lynette's mother, Darlene Hamlet, says that she is suspicious of her son-in-law's story and calling for a full investigation.
She was a safety nut in water, wore her life jackets, and was very careful and respectful. She watched the weather station religiously, and to her to get on this dinghy and fall off and not be able to swim back to it.
Lynette and Brian Hooker have been married for 25 years and lived off the grid.
In 2020, Brian and Lynette sold their house and all of their possessions. And their dream was to get a boat. They lived quite an interesting lifestyle, living on a boat, getting rid of everything you ever had.
Their Instagram grid full of photos and videos documenting the sailing hookers' picture-perfect adventures at sea. But Darlene describes their relationship as volatile.
It's been a very turbulent relationship. They had very highs and very lows.
Documents obtained by ABC affiliate WZZM describe a 2005 domestic incident involving Hooker and his young daughter at the time, in which he was accused of putting his hands around her neck, a jury later acquitting him. ABC News also obtaining a 2015 police report detailing an alleged domestic incident between the couple, both accusing each other of assault. Police noting that Brian had a bloody nose, taking Lynette into custody, but ultimately neither facing charges.
Past instances of domestic violence or abuse, any altercation, argument prior to this incident could be the building blocks of a case moving forward. But without the foundation of any evidence to show that Brian Hooker killed Lynette, those building blocks will just fall by the wayside.
Brian says his sole focus is still to find his wife.
Any message to those who doubt your account of the story?
I have no message to those who doubt me at all, ever. I'm going to keep doing what I need to do to find my wife. She belongs with me. We belong with each other.
Our thanks to Victor. We will, of course, continue to follow this story as it unfolds. We turn now, though, to the mysterious death of a young American influencer, Ashley Robinson, on a dream trip to Tanzania with her boyfriend, seemingly overjoyed when he popped the question, but dying just days later. Her family now demanding answers. Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood.
The growing mystery surrounding the death of an American influencer while she was vacationing in Tanzania with her fiancé.
We just want the truth. We just want to know what happened.
The parents of Ashley Robinson, known on social media as Ashley Janae, speaking with ABC Philadelphia station WPVI after learning their daughter died at a luxury resort in Zanzibar. It happened just days after celebrating her 31st birthday and getting engaged to her boyfriend, 45-year-old Joseph McCann.
She was happy. This is what she wanted. She was starting the next chapter of her life.
Robinson sharing the moment McCann popped the question with her more than 100,000 followers.
She FaceTimed me, showed me her ring. She's like, Papa, I'm happy.
But according to Zanzibar authorities, after hotel guests at the Zuri Hotel reported a romantic conflict between the couple on the night of April 8th, hotel management moved McCann to a separate room about a 10-minute walk away. Well, a few hours later, authorities say Robinson was found unresponsive in her room by hotel staff, appearing to have harmed herself.
I did receive a phone call from Joe. He was not really making sense, but he told me that Ashley did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital, and that he told me that she was stable.
After receiving treatment at 2 hospitals, Robinson declared dead on April 9th. Authorities say they're still questioning McCann and have confiscated his passport while they await the results of the medical examiner's report. McCann has not responded to ABC News' multiple requests for comment. No arrests have been made, and police previously told media outlets that McCann is not suspected of wrongdoing.
Everything he said just wasn't making sense.
Our thanks to Morgan. Robinson's family insists she was not suicidal and are now demanding the security video from the resort, saying it could help answer key questions about what happened. And now a look ahead at tomorrow's show. We go inside the double life of the Gilgo Beach killer, Rex Heuermann, who confessed to murdering 8 women on Long Island after 2 decades.
He commuted by day, he killed by night.
And when we come back, Elle Fanning and Michelle Pfeiffer teaming up in a gritty comedy about a single mom who hits OnlyFans to pay the bills. How the project changed what they thought they knew. Welcome back. Michelle Pfeiffer and Elle Fanning, once together in Maleficent, now back on screen in Margot's Got Money Troubles, about a scrappy single mom who hits it big on OnlyFans. They say the project shifted their view on selling sex and sat down with ABC's Rhiannon Alley to explain why.
Don't you be listening to the nonsense coming out of people's mouths. We're on the precipice of greatness. How did I let this happen?
What do you do when you're a broke single mother, college dropout, and running out of options?
Margot specifically, she makes a lot of difficult choices in life. Like she makes the harder choice most of the time, and then it's the way that she's able to pull herself out of it.
That question is at the center of the new Apple TV series, Margot's Got Money Troubles.
This is the world that my baby deserves. The one I won't come close to being able to afford.
Michelle and Elle joining forces again, acting side by side in their second project together.
You guys have worked together before?
Yes.
What was it like with these two kind of messy, beautiful characters and the relationship they have as mother and daughter?
I mean, that was something that struck me and moved me so much about the series is Cheyenne and Margot's relationship. And like you said, it's messy, it's complicated, it feels like real mother and daughter, that cycle of who's the parent, who's the child.
Oscar-nominated actress Elle Fanning, known for her role in Sentimental Value.
I can't do this anymore.
And starring in the hit Hulu series, The Great.
I do not threaten it. I promise it.
Now stepping into the lead role, taking on the grounded and complex Margot.
People are so quick to judge people from what they do, and you don't know why they're in that place or what has led them there.
Highlighting the emotional, real-world struggles of her character's new reality.
He refuses to get a good latch. My nipples are so sore.
The coming-of-age series telling an unexpected comedic story of empowerment, resilience, and community in an honest portrayal of single motherhood.
I loved the characters. They were so beautifully drawn, so real, so messy, so complicated, and somehow lovable.
And Scarface actress Michelle Pfeiffer.
How dare you talk to me like that?
Portraying Margot's misfit mom, often insecure with her own maternal instincts throughout the series.
For you to not show an inch of joy, how dare you not celebrate it?
Because I don't!
They're all struggling with confronting the gulf between who they once thought they would be with who they have become in order to provide for their children.
The series tapping into the world of OnlyFans, where Margot creates an alternate identity and a new path to financial stability.
In this story, OnlyFans is it's this life preserver in a way, where she finds this resilience and power in herself. She is an aspiring writer. When we first meet her, you think, oh, that dream is gone. But then through OnlyFans, she's actually, has this new spark of creativity, is writing scenes with other content creators, and she gets to kind of become a writer again in her own way and create the Hungry Ghost, which is this alien-like character.
This is not you.
Well, my mom worked at Hooters and my father was a pro wrestler. Tell me what's me.
Michelle, do you think this series could maybe take away some of the stigma for people who are using content creation because they need to? It is a lifeline for them.
I think was probably pretty judgy about it because ignorance does that, right? What I discovered was it's really there to use for, all kinds of things. It's another platform.
The series is an adaptation of the cult favorite novel Margot's Got Money Troubles by Ruthie Thorpe.
You got to play a role in actually bringing this book to the screen. You made a big push for this. What was it about the book that you were like, this must be made into a TV series?
Man, well, I think a lot of people wanted this book. It was a real hot book, and Ruthie, wanted it to be adapted. She was kind of interviewing people with who's gonna get the rights for it. And we all kind of realized, wait, we would make a really good team if we all just huddle together. And so the dream team was formed.
The pair previously starring in Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Such a beautiful girl. I can see how you stole Philip's heart.
Alongside Angelina Jolie. Now the duo both serving as executive producers on the project.
Elle, you briefly mentioned working with your sister Dakota, who's also an executive producer on this. What is that like for the two of you to collaborate together?
It's really special. Yeah, we created our production company together in like 2020, where we looked at each other, we're like, we should produce. So it just felt right, and of course I would do it with my sister. I mean, she knows me better than anyone, and
one of the smartest people we know.
Seriously,
like seriously,
she's like another dimension.
Yeah,
like she's so smart.
And Big Little Lies creator and Michelle's husband, David E. Kelly, leading the production's writing process.
You found that balance between very serious, heavy stuff and comedy. There are moments where you do laugh watching this.
I have never heard an audience laugh
so much. I
know. I'm open to any job there is, digging ditches even.
Looks like you've already dug one.
At tiny things too.
They got every little nuance.
Yeah, that was exciting. But it is true. There is a tonal tightrope here, and even when we were, filming it, or when I would get the scripts, I couldn't place. I'm like, is it a drama? Is it a comedy? I mean, it's a dramedy.
The dramedy, they say, is also full of heart.
I ruined your life. You ruined my life so pretty.
What are you both hoping that people take away from this? What is the overall message?
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. And that life is messy, and we're all flawed. At the end of the day, we're all just humans.
Our thanks to Rhiannon. When we come back, the Nader sisters chill in the Arctic Circle. And finally tonight, the red-hot Nader sisters getting cool in the name of science. It's tonight's Nightlight. The red-hot Nader sisters getting cool in the name of science.
Hi, Nightline. It's Brooks Nader and the Nader sisters, and we are off to the Arctic Circle. See you there soon. Wish us luck. See you in Norway.
The stars of Hulu's hit reality show Love Thy Nader traveling to Svalbard, the northernmost island of Norway, inside the Arctic Circle, for the first ever study on women's health in extreme polar environments. The study, in partnership with the Space Prize Foundation and leading research university, it'll use data collected from the Nader sisters to understand how the Earth's harshest environments can impact reproduction, sleep, and circadian health. From skiing, snow cave building, and going from sauna to snow, Nightline will be there too, documenting part of their adventure. The future Baywatch star Brooks Nader writing on Instagram, "Because women belong in every frontier." Pioneering sisterhood. That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here tomorrow, same time. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.